Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to some more Grim Dawn 2. Right, I need to be Wolf. What am I doing? We have a person to talk to.
You'd
Hello.
make it, but you pulled through. Those people owe you their lives.
I did what was right.
I wish that was the end of our troubles, but there is a mounting threat on the horizon that threatens to wipe us all out.
What do we do now?
I'm going to check in with Creed here, but I suggest you speak to Captain Sommer. She's the Black Legion officer in charge of this sorry bunch. Look for the grumpy middle-aged hag in Black Legion armor. She will fill you in on the situation.
I'll speak with her. Kind of rude thing to call anybody.
I'll skip the pleasantries. Olgrim tells me you're one tough slith, and right now that's what I need most. Will you fight for the Black Legion?
Where do you need me?
The Legion is split on two fronts. To the north, we have the Cult of Cthon. Nasty bastards keen on turning all of us into a puddle of blood for their rituals. I have my best men out there right now scouting ahead. The cultists are amassing in great numbers, and I'd like to know why. There is a more pressing issue, however, and this is where you come in. Olgrim says that you are experienced with fighting the ethereals. That's good. You'll need all your skills for this one. Far to the west, beyond the infested farms and the rotting croplands, there is an area teeming with ethereals that we have started calling the Gruesome Harvest. It is a fitting title as the ethereals have been gathering corpses, animal and human alike, in order to conduct their sick resurrection techniques upon them. The barn there has been giving off a blinding aether light non-stop for the last few days and nights. That is, until today. Whatever they are working on, it must be nearly finished. And knowing the ethereals, it's something monstrous. We can't risk the ethereals discovering that we know about their creation. I need someone to sneak in there and destroy this abomination before it even has a chance to wreak havoc upon my people. We'll only get one shot at this, so I want someone who has experience dealing with ethereal horrors to handle this mission. Will you be my champion?
What about the Dermapterans?
Been talking to Douglas? Look, I'd love to solve all the world's problems, but unfortunately, I do not have the troops to send them out on a bug hunt. Douglas and the other farmers will just have to accept it for now. Perhaps later, once the ethereals and the Chthonians have been dealt with, then I can think about sending some men out to the fields to clear out this infestation. The Legion is split on two fronts.
Okay, sure. Track down that. Let's see. So we probably should also do the return to the Quaid to the Rover Camp, and then Minova outside of the Arkovian Undercity entrance. Because we have those two quests just sitting around, and I might as well go turn them in. Just have to find where the Rover Camp is. Is it over here? No. Yeah? Yes and no. No, not this one. Smuggler's Pass? I'm just going to keep warping until a quest marker pops up in my general vicinity. Okay, definitely not this one. Twin Falls? I wish the quest markers were a little bit more obvious. I think there's one here. But I know... Oh, Broken Hills is one of them. Yeah, because this is how we get to this guy. Still don't remember where the Rover Camp is, but I'll make it work. Okay, it is done. She suffers no more. Thank you. You've delivered my poor daughter from an eternity of lonely suffering, fear, and hate. Now I shall repay you the only way I can. Thank you. Some base experience. Okay. So Rover Camp in Old Arkovia. Oh, it's just literally right here. Sick. Makes my life easy. They have more quests. I've destroyed the forges. Hear the commotion you caused from here. Well done. Your payment is promised. I was wondering if you'd be up for a little bit more work. Okay. So go fight Moneybags Martin. I've already killed him. Perfect. Nice and easy. What about you? You have to forgive me. I must tend to the wounded. You have quite a few men injured. Yeah, the battle with Cronley's brutes has proven taxing on our people. Afraid some of them won't make it through the night. Anything I could do to help? Let's see. Is this enough royal jelly? Okay, yeah. She wants royal jelly. That's perfect. Okay, so we get some balm, recipe for it, and some rover reputation, plus experience. Okay, let's see. Please find the beast and slay it. Rogue troll that's rampaging in these parts. So that one I haven't done. Gulgoth, the rampaging. Do I know where Gulgoth is? I'm honestly surprised I haven't already killed it, considering I've killed literally everything else. I think I'm going to look up where he is so I don't waste too much time on this one. Apparently he's just north of the camp, so maybe he only shows up... Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, he only shows up if you have the quest, I suppose. Which, I mean, works for me. Okay, so that hurts. Yeah, so I'm actually really susceptible to bleed damage here. So that's something I'm going to have to kind of work around. Oh, bleed gets him. Bone crusher, and we're good. I keep messing that up every single time. It's fine. Okay. Oh, and that was it. We actually didn't need to do more. Let's see, sell that, because yeah, it's no good. We still haven't, yeah, we haven't gotten rid of the rest of this stuff, but that's okay. So where am I going exactly?
It's only the beginning.
But like I said, some of the voice acting on this is actually fantastic. Some of it is a little rough. That was real good, but that was also a lot of like post-processing that they threw on. But, oh, they got me right in the ear holes. So where are we going? I don't know. You get rid of the egg clusters near the homestead, but I don't even know where those are. I mean, we've got this here. Mildly in the way. The conflagration. Okay. Oh, this is a dangerous domain. Well, this is not where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I was wondering what was over here. And I guess here's my answer. Yeah, unfortunately, aether damage is another one of those things that ruins me really quickly. Because I don't think I have much resistances for it. Detonation site? Sure. It's another dangerous domain? Or, no, it's still the same one, I think.
It's only the beginning.
I'll take the level. And yeah, we want to keep an eye out for anything that gives me increased resistances across the board. I'll probably just go back to oscillating between those two. Okay, back to Berserker. Yeah, because I'd like to get Pneumatic Burst, because it gives me a decent amount of health. Well, what else do we have? Because we also have this one, Rallying Cry. Gives me movement speed. Well, I think I'm actually going to put Rallying Cry here. I'm going to put the Werewolf all the way at the end, because we don't need it at the moment. Yeah, let's see. That just shatters defenses. What does this one do? Reduces the skill recharge, which actually is really tempting. I don't know why it says melee and range dual wielding technique. Let's see. And do I keep doing Form of the Beast? Yeah. Because having the shout gives me an additional big heal that I can kind of rely on. There we go. Yeah, this is all stuff I can't clear out conventionally. Yeah, a lot of ether. Means I'm just going to get zapped left and right here. Okay. Pull back. Yeah, guy's got Aether Corruption, but at least he doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Okay, grab those. Keep using the shout to give me a little bit of extra healing. Alright. Poison, acid, elemental, ether damage. Yeah. It's not what I'm looking for. I've also got this vortex-y thing. Oh. I'm going to go back. Interesting that we've got that as like a teleportation point. Yeah, I like the idea of potentially warping to a different zone. Well, you know what? Now we can. Because this is kind of like a weird branch path of the other one. Yeah, we just want to see if we can find any kind of gear that gives me some basic ether resistance. As it is going to make this much easier. I guess I should probably toss down a safety portal at some point. I thought that thing was dead. It was not. Yeah, it hurts. Ah, there I go. Yeah, so that sucker hurts. This is why we need the Aether resistance. Well, here's a question. Let's see if the blacksmith has anything that gives me Aether resistance. Okay, damage to ethereals, life leech resistance, Aether damage. Yeah, Aether resistance with the Spirit Bane ointment, but I need a Wraithstone? Wraithstone. Then yeah, I have some older stuff that gives me Aether resistance. I mean, I guess I could make these. 26? I mean, that's a hell of a lot better than I had. Yeah, Ranger's Cask, but that needs resilient plating. Because I'm not really using that. Okay. I will need more scrap metal. So I guess I will have to keep an eye on that one. Okay, so we're looking for helmets. Yeah, because it's the Ranger Cask. Level 30?
Hey,
okay.
Don't get killed out there.
Puts us at 40%. That's genuinely better than nothing. I think I'm going to get rid of the blade guards. Okay, so my Aether resistance is 42%. Oh, because that's giving me pierce, poison, bleeding resistance. Yeah, so it's really just these two things.
Got any more scrap metal?
We do also have relics. Because at this point I could maybe make one that I like. A lot of them seem kind of eh. I mean, we have Ruination. None of these are durable, though. We also have the Transcendent relics. I don't know what the difference is between a Transcendent one and a normal one. Because, yeah, I could make one of these. Well, this one's amazing. We just need to get Guile. Oh. That's very expensive. But yeah, now we have Slaughter. So piercing damage, chance of bleed, pierce damage, bleeding damage, cunning, and all Nightblade skills plus Bloodbath. Vicious technique leaves your enemies hemorrhaging.
Go on now.
Okay, is that something I can use? Or is it something that just... Oh, Bloodbath. Item. Sure. Okay. So that's better than what I had by a decent margin. Move these over. And I think we can just sell the rest of these. What about this one? I mean...
Keep an eye on this.
15 minutes worth of bigger regen? Sure. As long as it's not, like, deleted as soon as I die. That would be a little tragic. But yeah, I'll try and keep my resistances up. Because I think focusing on damage is nice, but it's meaningless if I just get insta-gibbed. Where am I? Oh, I am in the correct spot. Huh. It's not where I put my safety portal, but I... I guess that's where it goes. I mean, I'm not going to complain too much. We have the extra Aether Shards, we have the extra durability. Things are kind of good. Wow. Yeah, long way around here. But I think I'm in a much better position than I was in. As far as, like, fighting through the zone. Where's my chaos resistance? Because I know that was also a thing. 23%. Unless I'm misinterpreting which one's chaos and which one's not. Well, and that works. Let's see anything there, though. And yeah, I don't know how big these dangerous domains are. I think the swamp gave me kind of like a false impression for how monstrously huge these locations would be. But a lot of them have been, like, actually quite large. Okay, we have another one of these suckers. We need it dead. Because the sooner it's toast... Wait, it didn't die? Oh, no. Maybe the reason why it didn't die is because there's actually, like, multiple stages of it? Good time to hit the portal. And the potion. Alright. Feeling kind of good. Alright. So yeah, another 40% Aether resistance would certainly trivialize much of this region. Okay. Keep hitting the potions. I don't know how much we need to worry about healing here. At Port Valbury outskirts. I almost feel like this is going to be one of those that actually connects to somewhere. But I don't think so. Well, one way or another, now that I'm kind of learning the tricks of how to survive, namely, don't neglect defense, it is opening things up dramatically for me as far as clearing these zones go. Plus, I always need more Aether Crystals. Keep breaking these. Manticores. And part of it is these guys are also only 2 levels higher than me, as opposed to like the full 3. But makes life a little easier. Okay. What else do we got? Treasure chests. I want to try and make sure I open each and every one of those if I can. Okay, do we have anything in this house? I don't know. This is part of the reason why I was really enamored with the idea of going for like a retaliation build, because then I could just potentially waltz through the game. Slightly slowly, maybe. Okay, not seeing anything there. Like a little thing on the other side of this. Oh. Rude dude, but I've got really good ice resistance. It's actually the other guys that are a concern to me. Might actually be the dudes shooting at me. There we go. There was also another enemy hero in the midst of that. Okay, Junior Explorer. A lot of stuff. And yeah, it doesn't look like it can get upstairs. Let's take a look. Well, none of that. It was 0 physical resistance, which I'm sure would also help. Piercing resistance. I don't think any of these are really good. And that's okay too. Yeah, the Ethereal Abomination's kind of a puncher. I guess it does not help that we have this Aether Storm sitting at my feet. Making my life harder. Yeah, see if I can kill the obelisk. Okay. Yeah, so the obelisk has 2 health bars. Okay, let's just hang back for a second. Because the obelisk isn't that bad. There we go. Damn, that's a lot of greens. I just don't know if greens are actually that good for me. But that's okay. And yeah, we're mostly clearing our way through this. It's those little storms, man. Those show up and stuff hurts. Okay, hit the gunners. want to get to the other side of this. Oh, wait, no, we can't get to the other side of this barricade. Those crystals are for decoration only. Yeah, the birds are doing a good job. I should check my devotion points and see where I'm at in that regard. This has been a little bit. Huh. Wonder what's fighting it out over here. I guess there's a ghost? Yeah, some kind of demon ghost, dude. The stunning is unappreciated, but the damage ain't bad. Because once again, got really high elemental resistance. Okay. That was a memory of Elder Tomakar or something like that. Might actually be useful to drop a safety portal. Okay, we want to take out all these aether crystals before I go after this obelisk. And stay away from the jerk storm. Okay, there that goes. Yeah, because that thing does big damage. I think it's genuinely the most dangerous thing here. Might even be, like, in the entire zone, which is very silly. But also kind of makes sense. It is just a storm that eats your health. Got it. Okay, where are we going? We've been there. We've done all of this. Damn, okay. I think I'm going to hang out over here, out of range of much of that mess. Yeah, it'll be a lot easier fighting each of these groups somewhat separately. I mean, really, just away from this thing. Okay, they've got an Aether Abomination. Let's just pull back. It's not too bad. Every once in a while he hits like a truck. But they're all toast. Perfect. Get rid of those. Everything is good. Yeah, the obelisk is hardly a threat without the storm. Unless the storm is actually like a byproduct that it creates. I'm not entirely sure. No, but it does have the aether fire that shows up beneath you. And that hurts. Okay, anything here? Yes. There's something here. Yeah, Port Valbury. Seems like it's still treacherous domain, though. Okay, but we have a, we have one of these here. Yeah, unfortunately the ethereal abominations take some killing. But not enough that they're a huge issue here. Yeah, this would have been a lot harder without the extra resistance stats. Thank you, everybody that was trying to beat that into my head. So I think this was, I mean, not to say that I would have lost at this point without it, but, well, I would have given up. Okay, got a blueprint. Got a neat looking mace that is not useful for me in the slightest. Okay. Just rebind this at some point. Devotion. So I have 2 devotion points. I guess it was just this guy. So, bleeding damage, physical damage, bleeding damage. I mean, that's going to be huge. Crit damage and offensive ability. Physical bleeding. I think we want to go up the axe. HP regen is also very good. Let's go this direction, because that's going to make me much more lethal and not as susceptible to stunning. Damn. I legitimately think that actually was a huge power spike for me. Oop. We got this whole area. Damn, there's a lot of crystals here. Level up. Get another one of these. Yorsh. Okay. I don't know why I'm turning into Goofy. Out of all things. But hey. Yeah, I'm ripping through these guys. If only we could get another devotion point. Bit more cunning. So, one more point in this. Max out the attack speed. Yeah. Oh. I hate those things. We'll just have to find a spot where it's not hanging out. Okay, doesn't seem like it's coming after me now. So I can keep investing in Veil of Shadow, which is quite good. But I think it's just having access to Pneumatic Burst is going to be maybe a little bit more valuable. Maybe. Alright. This seems like it might be kind of Big Bossman version Herald of the Stars. Yeah, I'm gonna chalk that up to probable Big Boss Man of this region. Let's take out the Ethereal Abomination before I go any further. Because if it's dead, then we can just focus on this guy. Kind of pleasant bonus. It's a lot of ice damage. But I have good resistance for that. Mostly. Yeah, it's 80%. The problem is, I think this guy has really high bleed resistance. Yeah. Like, we'll get it. The sad part is, this is only phase 1. Ow. There is a second phase here. That's probably going to hurt more. This... Yeah, it does not help that it's 4 levels up above me either. Manageable. But slow. And unfortunately, I did not sleep. Oh, okay, it's phase 2 is all in the same health bar, at least. So now it does Ethereal Fire and Cold. Okay, that's new. New, bit of a pain, but not causing me huge issues. If anything, it's not actually freezing me as much. Okay. We just back off for a hot second, hit my potion, right back into it. Just gotta be patient. But yeah, because I'm sleepy, it's making some of this just a little bit rougher on me. It was one of those where it was way too warm to go to sleep for like the first hour. And then I just had like the worst nightmare that I was like, had been caught in an avalanche and people I knew died as part of it. And I was like the one in charge of calling people and being like, hey, your friend passed away. And so like I woke up this morning with this horrible, you know, feeling of both dread and the need to like send messages to the people I hadn't gotten to while I was still dreaming. You know, I'm dirt tired, so I'm not like fully awake. And so I was like reaching for my phone to continue sending these messages, and I'm like, wait, no, I'm back in reality. I don't need to send these, you know, horrible messages. Okay, the city is rotting. A bunch of stuff. No blues, though, which is a downer. Okay, any of these good? I mean, the problem is I actually like my prismatic flesh warp mail, because it's giving me elemental resistance, chaos resistance, and pierce resistance, which is kind of extremely useful. Oh, I forgot. Bloodbath. I need to use that. Oh. So we can't do that yet because that's a roguelike. Oh. Well, at some point we'll figure out how to get a skeleton key and give those a shot. But I do kind of feel like the Port Valbury stuff is somewhat things that I'm going to be... Ah, damn. Well, he was still alive, but I did kill him. Let's see. It was just a little bit too much. Oh, interesting. We have different hotbars. Well, that's convenient. But yeah, if these dangerous domains are kicking my ass, I'm not confident in my ability to clear the roguelike dungeons yet. Because I think they're also like full one and done. Like if you die on those, you're toast and you have to start all the way over again. But it is nice to know that I can clear one of these without just getting destroyed. There we go. Camera got stuck rotating too hard. That's my experience. And yeah, we might honestly be kind of at the upper limit of what this dangerous domain has in it. But that's okay. There is also that other dangerous domain that I haven't been to yet. Or haven't finished yet. Anything in here? I was really expecting a golden treasure chest. At least. Before I'm gone. Maybe there was one around here and I've just missed it. But this also doesn't look like the kind of place that would have one. But I mean, had devotion points, had a bunch of other things. I'll take it. Okay, so let's get out of here. Because yeah, this is... neat little side area. I'll have to come back at a later date with the skeleton keys. Okay, go through here. I guess we should just get rid of all this stuff.
Got something you need stashed?
Hello, please take my blue shield, blue that. All of my crafting components. Let's see. The rest of this is all green. Yeah, there's the memory of Elder Tomakar, but doesn't look like that's anything I can interact with.
See anything you like?
So I'll just have to keep an eye out for anything that has like a huge resistance bonus or damage bonus for me. Fire resistance and elemental. But I'm, once again, pretty sure elemental is just kind of all of them. It's the elemental resistance, vitality resistance. Which is, oh, that's vitality. I'm good there. Problem is my headhunter's trophy is actually good, kind of. It's mostly just the fact that it gives me a little bit of lifesteal. Still waiting on this one. Because it gives me the chaos resistance and the bleeding resistance, both of which are pretty good. What about this one? No. Okay, so far so good. So, I'm assuming this whole area is just the dangerous domain. So I guess we're going to go out the other direction. And see where that takes us. Yeah, so this officially, at this point, is the furthest I've ever made it in Grim Dawn. Which is nice. I feel like I've made it in, like, a fraction of the time. But maybe it was just a fraction of the episodes. I don't know. I think back in the day I was uploading like half-an-hour videos. Which is probably why I was able to do 10 videos a day. Sometimes. Ah, these are the eggs. Well, easy enough to just run around and explode them for a little while. Ugh. I do not do well with bugs. I am not a big fan of bugs. Bugs are not a big fan of me. I think I had mentioned the gnat bite on my neck that was just like really eliciting a bad reaction from me. At this point it's mostly healed, so yay. That's been kind of hanging over me for a couple days now. The problem is it's been getting worse. And so it's like one of those where, yeah, definitely have to probably go back and talk to a doctor and be like, hey, this is an actual problem. Don't ignore me this time. Yeah, I talked about this the last time I played. Okay, that's just a burning barricade. There's nothing there. Okay, so this is a better offhand than my current offhand. Yeah, sure. Because yeah, I wasn't using Whirling Death or the Quick Cut. Back here, there's a person. That's a stinger. Anything else? Just a bunch of these guys. Man, this is almost quaint in comparison going through the dangerous domains. These guys don't even hold a candle. Dude's got Vizier in the name. Kind of reminds me of the... Oh, what were they? It was like the Scarab Kingdom in the Warcraft series. Oh, I've been popping a number of these eggs probably just at a distance. Using my, like, AoE moves. Yeah, I really liked the, what were they? The Nubians? I think it was something like that. In World of Warcraft, I thought that... World of Warcraft / Warcraft 3. I thought they were a really interesting sub-faction, because you usually don't have, like... a sentient bug kingdom, let alone like a Egyptian flavored undead mummy bug faction. I don't know, just made for a very compelling group of like heroes slash villains. Heroes in Warcraft 3, villains in, well, I don't know if I'd call Arthas and his contingent heroes. Protagonists. Yeah, someday I will have to play through the Warcraft games again. I think my problem is, I mean, once again, between Bobby Kotick and Microsoft being, you know, Blizzard's owners, my, like, enthusiasm for Blizzard as a company and anything they make is kind of diminished. Then it also very much seems like a company that is largely just being pushed down the same path that everything else is, which is follow whatever makes the most amount of money, pleases investors. We no longer care about like the IPs that we're building. You know, it's more a matter of like just make big live service game. I get it. I understand that like that makes money. And you know, thus why would you do anything else? Especially in, you know, this current economic climate. But it still sucks. As somebody who was like a huge fan of those games back as a kid back in the day. There we go. Like maybe the plot and the story and the lore of Diablo 4 is good. Not that Diablo 2 really had good plot or story or lore. I think it was mostly just kind of the things that we as kids filled in with our imagination. That I think that helps make it seem much more enthralling, I suppose. I'm just going to be dynamiting left and right. Well, there's a person here. Please help me, I'm so scared. How'd you get trapped down here? I was out playing by myself like Mama said not to. I wandered into this cave and the exit collapsed behind me. Alyssa sobs between words. Please, I just want to go home to my mom and papa. They live in a camp nearby. Why didn't they come looking for you? I don't know. What is it? Why does it matter? Maybe they couldn't find this place under all the rocks. She's ready to cry. You're frightening me with all your questions. I need to get out of this prison. Find it odd that you survived on your own here. Find it odd that you're suspicious. Your mindset must be a reflection of your own poor character. Your heart's so bitter that you won't help a lost child find their way home. Please help me. How long have you been down here? I don't know, many days. It's dark and scary, and sometimes I hear things crawling, but I can't see them. I'd like to go home now. I'm hungry, so hungry. Okay, where's your camp? You must have passed the camp on the way here. I know my people are down below in the valley, probably waiting for me. Okay. Something seems off here. Flame flickers in Callista's eyes. Take me from this place now. You're a deceiver, demon. Damn. Right. And I do have an actual active ability that I can use. I've been kind of ignoring them this entire time. Holy shit, it does damage. But then again, I mean, we're just maybe positioned to rip through this one. Trapped alone, Rover's reputation, and Blood of Chthon. Okay, probably shouldn't keep standing in that fire. Oh, so that was it. It was literally just like a suss out whether or not the child is evil and kill it. Well, I mean, nice and easy little quest we got there. I wonder if I'd talked to the NPCs, they would have given me some context clues on that one. Or not. Let's see. Don't have many visitors out here. The Chthonian almost tricked me into releasing it here. Oh, you must mean you must mean Callista. The girl is a devil spawn, a curse upon her family. Shortly after she was born, her eyes would glow red. She would speak, but not in any human language. Harvick could not bring himself to end her life, so he left her in a nearby tomb and sealed the entrance shut. He's spoken to her, then she must have broken free. Do not fear, I banished the Chthonian for good. Thank you. Callista was a terror that we could not face. We've done what we could not bring ourselves to do. You're safe from the Chthonian now. Okay. Well, kind of an interesting little interaction. I'm curious what would have happened. I mean, I'm assuming they all would have died. And then we would have fought Callista anyway. Maybe. We've got a portal spot. We should definitely make the most of that. Even if through fence. Oh, I always forget. Point my cursor in the wrong direction and waste the dodge. Not that it matters deeply. I have the soul shard. Where am I going? We have all these like really thin off branches, and I'm just going to check them all out. Some of them might be nothing. Some of them might be a horde of harpies that I have to fight. Sick. Die. This is not dangerous territory. You're toast. Okay. Not the most impressive. Yeah, Mark of Dirg. Oh, it's all just a bunch of crafting stuff. Oh. I can just move reagents from here? Oh, well, that's nice. I actually was not aware that I could. Wald's note. Okay, we're gonna go this direction and up. Yeah, it's still got a fair bit kind of the north, but I'm just gonna hug the southern wall. Whatever wall this is. And we'll come back and do the reverse next time. Okay, anything in the house? Nah, I think we're good. I'm just kind of check these areas out. Seems like it's a lot of empty camps and ruins, but that's okay. I do really hope that the environments get more interesting with time. I actually really liked the initial zones. Like, it was a little swampy, but going through like a kind of a boggish town filled with undead enemies is nice. Like, I think for games, especially where you're fighting large groups of enemies or dealing with lore and whatnot, I actually kind of prefer a town/city setting, or like a full dungeon. I think the open fields lose me a little bit when it comes to these games just because they're so open, they're so empty. Not strictly bad. But it's like not doing much for my imagination. I think that's something that I've been really trying to value more. Is games and settings that really make me think of like cool locations and whatnot. Because I don't know. I'm trying to do a lot more art than I used to. For the longest time I was kind of, I don't want to say like slow about it. I would do art for my channel, and I would do art for nothing else. Maybe some tabletop RPG stuff. And admittedly now I'm just doing a lot of art for tabletop RPGs, but like that's still art for me, kind of, sort of. Even if it is technically art for a potential business thing, if I actually do more with them. Is this? It's a fallen barricade. That's rude. Well, let's go north. I'm just going to explore this area. I see one of those loot shrines here. Grab it cleared out. We're also just looking for as many of these star enemies as we can, because we want blues. So I think we already have Oathbreaker. I think I'm still playing on veteran mode. Like, it's actually not been that bad. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna clear this whole region out. Make sure the map is fully explored. Let's see. But one of the things I want is for the campaigns I'm running and the adventures I'm making, I want them to be at least somewhat interesting. And I always feel like, you know, it's so easy to just have, like, generic dungeon. And, like, sometimes that's fun. You know, just characters going into an ancient ruin for some reason. And just dealing with whatever's in there and making it out with loot. Like, I actually really like the idea of running a campaign that's, like, extremely grungy in that regard, where everybody's, like, a bunch of, more or less, I don't want to say, like, gig workers or something like that. But you're a bunch of, like, down-on-your-luck nobodies who are going into this, like, really horrible place just to try and get out with some degree of loot. You know, buy yourself a new shield if you can afford it, or so on and so forth. Yeah, this is why I wanted to explore. I wanted to find one of these. I want those devotion points because we can get another one of those big bleed and damage perks. And, ooh, that's going to make this character real strong. Ish. But yeah, so as part of that, I'm trying to engage in more media and things that are, I think, more imaginative with their world design and character design and whatnot. I think I'm also, like, maybe missing the days of the, like, really weird PS2 JRPGs. Like, how do I describe it? Have you guys noticed that with, like, a lot of big RPGs lately, the settings have been getting consistently more, like, boring? Final Fantasy, I think, is a good, kind of a good example of this, and a bad example of this. Final Fantasy XIV has some really good environments. Shadowbringers is, like, perfection. I thought that expansion was solid. The other ones have been kind of meh. But, like, mainline Final Fantasy games, the last interesting Final Fantasy world was 13. I think 13 was downright inspired. I just wish I actually liked the game more. I need to go back and finish it. I've been playing it on my own, but have been busy. And it's also kind of buggy crashy, which gets in my way a lot. And also, I just don't vibe with the gameplay. Like, it's weird. You'd think I love auto-battlers. I'd like this one. The answer is, I think it is too early auto-battler and doesn't have any of the fun mechanics that I look for. But maybe I also just need to unlock them. Okay, do we even have anything here? No. I'm just trying to clear out everywhere. And then prior to that, like, Final Fantasy X had a decent, if kind of basic, fantasy world. Unless I just needed to play more of it. 7 had... Or... Sorry, 10 had a great world, 9 had a good world. 8 was okay, it was kind of just weird modern fantasy. Interesting ideas, but very hodgepodge feeling. And then 7 was fantastic. I think 6 was a good job, but obviously because it was all pixely, it didn't quite have the same degree of... I don't want to say depth. There's only so much you can do with pixel art in making a world. Damn, this is just a brawl. I guess all of these guys are stars. The one thing I can do is potentially just go farm a bunch of resources off of these guys. Holy smokes, that's a lot of things. This is why I had the, This is why I had the loot filter on. But then again, well, it's a lot of blues. Not that bad. That is really good. Grab the Herald's jacket. And go from here. Yeah, so I'm just kind of finding myself craving that, like, old, weird JRPG world vibe. Because I'm thinking more like modern Final Fantasies. I didn't really care for Final Fantasy 15's world. It was just modern day, but with swords and magitech. And some magic, but not much. And so, like, anytime I came to a new town, I was just like, oh, good. It's just, I don't know, some town/city in Italy. Kind of felt that way anyway. They had like a really pretty Venice city that you go to for some cutscenes. That didn't feel particularly amazing. Oh, inventory is full at this point. I was hoping I could get another waypoint. We're close enough. Right, and we only have to warp back to Homestead as opposed to all the way back to the prison. Okay, any progress? Cleared out the fields as you asked. Okay, far more grave task. Their hives are in a cyclical nature. Every 7 years or so, they birth a new queen. Promptly proliferates their number and causes them to explode. Okay, rally together and exterminate the queen while she was still young, but after the Grim Dawn, the Dermopterans were allowed to thrive, and the queen molted into a massive creature that spawns new ones by the dozen every day. So go kill the queen. Sure. Okay, we've just got this guy here. Mystic wands. Doesn't look like they sell too many things. Oh, we should buy the scrap. Yeah, a lot of plating, but eh. Okay, what about the rest of these? Chaos resistance, pierce, retaliation. The problem is retaliation damage is not really that useful to me. Oh, because it's the same armor. It's like, why are the stats lining up so much? Yeah, I think these are virtually the same. What about these? Dreadwalker. Pierce, some physical resistance. But we'd lose the Aether. That, I think it's still worth it. Even if we're losing some things here. Yeah, do I lose a little bit of poison? I think so, because this is a lot. Let's see, we did lose a lot of poison resist there. I'll have to work on it. Oh, Oathbreaker's a pistol. That's okay. Ooh, big upgrade on offhand. Sure. Big upgrade on main hand. Right. Send all my crafting reagents back. We don't need them. Let's see, retaliation damage. These. No, not you. And I can use this. Augment does poison damage. Oh, we don't really need that on this character. Okay. A little bit of resistance, but not much. Don't have enough spirit. Not really necessary. What about this one? So pierce resistance and poison and acid and reduced freeze duration. Ooh. Getting the second one of these gives me a bunch of aether. Yeah. I'll snag it. We have Thunder Touch. which is okay. And Shadow Weave, which is not amazing. Okay, anything else? No, I think we're good to go. So let's go drop the rest of these off.
I'll keep your stash safe.
Okay, here. There we
I'll
go.
Keep an eye on this.
I might be hoarding too many of those, but hopefully I won't run out of space. This, oh, it's just a training dummy. Okay, we don't need that. So I was going to put some into cunning. I could do some more damage. Let's see. Because I think I want to grab pneumatic burst. Grab bloodbath. Because this way, now I can do this to restore 19% of my health, plus give me extra damage. And speed and health regen for a whole minute. Oh yeah, those are great. Okay, confirm changes, and then let's go back over here. So I can extend this bleeding damage. Yeah. Alright. That sounds good. So, at this point, if we look, let's see, I think the portal's over here. We pretty much know where to explore, so we will be heading that direction next time. So for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm probably going to be alternating Grim Dawn in my other games, because I've got a bunch of games I want to do series on right now, and there's no way I'm going to be able to double up. I just don't have the time for it. So for now, thank you all so much for watching.